and the management have given us a wonderful summer, and we've got to understand, while Cork have been favourites maybe for a couple of years, we have been in the doldrums for a long time, and no one at the start of this year would have expected us to participate today, and that's not to, you know, we're hugely disappointed, but we're incredibly proud of James and the players, and I don't think anybody from down can say anything but thanks for them.
Right. Conor Deegan, you weren't, predicting a big win for Down or anything last night. You were very cautious about the strength of Cork, but do you think Down played close to their full potential today? I
actually think there was a wee bit more in them. I think they had to work so hard for 35-40 minutes, and I think that really told. Cork seemed to get a lot of dominance in the middle third of the park, and the supply line going into the down forward line wasn't what it was in previous matches, and I think we suffered a wee bit from that. But look, as Ross has said, I mean, they've given their heart and soul to this, and like, it's been a great summer for us. We're up into Division 1 All-Ireland final. It's been tremendous stuff, but like, on the day, the better team came through.
Right. Bernard Brogan of Dublin, Cork are All-Ireland champions. A couple of weeks ago there was 1 point in it. Were you thinking of what might have been as you watched the match today?
Absolutely, yeah. Just talking to John Doyle there, that the two of us were within a point or two of getting into the game ourselves. So it was hard to watch the game today. Been so close, a kick of a ball between been there and not. But would have been great to see Down win it. They bring great energy and they brought great honesty to the championship this year. Every game they went out, they gave nothing but 100%, and it was great to see them today. Cork, obviously, a brilliant team, probably one of the best teams over the last 3 or 4 years, and they've been, as been said, they've been knocking on the door for so long, and they thoroughly deserve it. Sam Maguire, can't begrudge them that.
All right, but you've got the taste of it again today, and you watch it. Kevin Walsh, some people had said that Cork hadn't produced a big performance all year. How good was today's performance?
Like the lads have said, I think it was a game of two halves, really. You know, I thought myself maybe when Cork didn't take the first earlier chances that it was going to come back to haunt them, you know, and maybe looked that way at half time as well. But in fairness to Cork, the lads said the middle third of the field, you know, for 20-25 minutes second half was just all Cork, and the waves are coming. So I think the Down half backline ended up chasing. They were very tired in the end because of all the ball that was won around the middle area. So I think that's what really killed them in the end.
Okay. Well, we'll have lots more to come on the programme, including analysis, our man of the match selection, and the Sunday game team of the year for 2010. So stay with us, we're back in a few moments. And you're very welcome back to the Sunday game. On the night, Cork have been crowned All-Ireland football champions. Well, I'm going to ask our panel now to give us 4 reasons why Cork won the match today. Anthony,
you want me to give you all 4?
Well, give me one to kick us off.
Well, midfield dominance, and they scored more than the opposition was the
obviously,
key reason, which obviously helps. Yeah.
All right.
They also kept the Down's main scoring threats, Marty Clark and Benny Coulter. They kept the two of them quiet, and those are big reasons why they won today.
You were impressed with the impact subs as well from Cork?
Well, I think going into the game, if you look at the history of Cork football over the last number of years, there's always been that nagging doubt about them and whether or not they could go and achieve what we all suspected they might be able to do. And they were very, very nervous today from the start. From the opening part of the game, they were created. I think they had 3 goal chances maybe in the first couple of minutes. Alan O'Connor here, the whole pitch opens up for him. He likes to shoot, kicks across the ball and puts it wide. John Miskley, we saw going forward many occasions in the past, electing to shoot and leaving the ball short into the keeper's hands. And I think it was born out of nerves and great pressure on Cork, great expectation from their followers that they were going to end the drought and win the All-Ireland this year. For me, it took a couple of experienced senior heads. Nicholas Murphy, saw last year he was in the receiving end of a slap. Today he was giving it out. Winning ball in around the midfield, and what a leader to come on when you needed him. Just to settle the team and just to edge them home. And I thought those were big reasons. Those 2 players coming in had a huge influence in settling that Cork side that were struggling for so long through sheer nervousness.
Seamus McEnany, in fairness to the Cork management, those substitutions have been working for them on an ongoing basis, haven't they?
Yeah, they have certainly, and you know, but when you turn around into a dugout and see fellas like Graham Canty and players Colin O'Neill and that players of that standard, they're a fantastic group of players. And to be fair to this Cork team, you know, they've worked extremely hard. They've been in the last 6 All-Ireland semi-finals, 3 of the last All-Ireland finals, and you know, some people say they deserve the All-Ireland, but you don't always get what you deserve in life. And it has been sheer hard work from fellas like Conor Coonan and Gerard O'Sullivan, has been part of the backroom team in Cork for a number of years now, under a different few managers, and I think it's great credit to them. You know, there's a great lesson in this maybe to a lot of other teams in the country. Sometimes you just have to keep going to the well until it happens for you.
Right. As a next midfielder, Anthony, the Cork midfield situation is really interesting. There's youngsters like Aidan who had an outstanding game today, but they've been using kind of 4 midfielders. Talk a little bit about that midfield dominance.
I suppose, in terms of the use of the 4 midfielders, it's probably brought about by need as well. You know, you had Nicholas Murphy, Derek Kavanagh were probably getting towards the end of their careers. They needed an injection of youth and enthusiasm and work rate, and they got that through Aidan Walsh. And Alan O'Connor's been around now for a couple of years as well, but you know, they're winning clean possession repeatedly today. They were able to vary their kickouts. They were going short on occasion. They were kicking the ball to the wing. They're always trying to put the ball to the advantage of their own team. And when the ball hit the ground, it was the Cork players that seemed to be the ones that were there to pick up the ball. And that's usually a sign of who really wants to win it. And to put it simply, Cork could not afford to lose this game today. And midfield was the platform they set where they got the victory.
Well, Louth's midfielder Paddy Keenan is with us. Paddy, what did you make of the battle at midfield today?
Yeah, I think in the second half, Cork definitely won it hands down. Aidan Walsh had a brilliant game. I don't know how many balls he won clean from kickouts. You know, Alan O'Connor was getting up and down the field. He was very mobile, which Down couldn't really handle. And then you know, bringing in Nicholas Murphy, any team that can bring in like a Nicholas Murphy and Derek Kavanagh is going to do very well in midfield. Yeah.
All right, Kevin McStay, give us another reason Cork won. You were saying their free taking was tops. They won key turnovers.
You remember earlier in the season we had reflected on that a few times on the show, where they had some problems, I felt, but today it was flawless. It was one of the best displays. Just some interesting numbers. Cork scored 16 points and 9 of them came from placed balls. That's very, very high. 6 frees and 3 45s. And they were absolutely brilliantly struck. They have the balance, have the kit dog obviously in Daniel Goulding and Donncha O'Connor with the right foot. But all of these are pressure kicks in All-Ireland final. Every single one counts obviously. But the striking of the 45s in particular was incredible. In fact, each kick looks the exact same as the one before. He's hitting them so sweetly. And then there was 2 key turnovers. This stuff happens in big matches. That was their best player, Down's best player. Just Daniel Hughes just losing the run of himself for a second, and this actually is the equaliser. It's a lovely passing by Paddy Kelly. Donncha Walsh gets fouled. Down we're up a point. They're now level. There's a very routine catch for Conor McGinn. He lets it run through his hands, and this is going to put Cork in the lead for the first time in the second half, and now they're heading for home. Great score by Paul Corrigan. But you know, stuff happens in these big matches. Turnover at crucial times. You just always hope you're not going to be punished with a score. But on those 2 occasions, you know, as I said, Daniel Hughes, Conor McGinn, routine stuff, and the pressure of it, or the nerves or whatever, getting a little bit tight, and you know, they're penalised heavily for it. And with every score crucial, they were, for me, 2 key years, the free taking and just those coming down with 10 minutes to go, those key turnovers.
Well, Johnny Doyle of Kildare, like Bernard Brogan, I mean, you could have been there today. Out of curiosity, did you go to the match?
No, I didn't go. Des, I didn't. I decided to watch it at home. Sometimes I think you get a better view, and I like to listen to the lads at half time and that to see what the analysts are saying. But like it's been said, you know, and taken up on Paul's point, you know, I thought a big area today was the free taking. You know, very pressure situation, you know, especially a close game with only a point. And in fairness to the 2 Cork lads, and Marty Clark probably didn't get as many chances, but they were flawless. And you know, and as often is the case in when matches are tight, you can't afford any slip-ups, and Cork didn't today.
Yeah, because they had their off days earlier in the year, hadn't they, the Cork lads?
They did, and you know, there was a good bit of pressure on them, because like that, I'm sure they were asking themselves questions. You know, they were knocking on the door for so long, and it wouldn't open for them, and I'm sure especially some of the older lads were maybe questioning what were they bringing to the formula, and maybe it was time to let someone else have a go at it. But you know, they got their just rewards today, and you know, you would be delighted for, as the boys said, the likes of Nicholas Murphy and Graham, and you know, they've been soldiering there for a long time, and you know, GA doesn't owe you anything, but when you get to the promised land, you feel for the likes of those lads.
Sure. Okay, well, Tony Davis, and we've been talking about the forwards and all. You were very impressed with the Cork defence today.
Yes, I think Cork matchups today were very good. If you're looking at the down team, Marty Clark obviously was one of the guys that you'd have to watch, and Billy Coulter being the other ones, you know. And I thought Cork got their matchup right today, especially helped by the midfield, because they were dominant in midfield. Makes it easier for the half-backs then and the full-backs to get tight. But it was that was a great score, an intervention by Michael Shields, the ball into Binny inside in the corner. But Cork got just hands in here, ably assisted again by the midfielder. Here we see Michael Shields going up, Binny going down the wing, turns in, and Alan O'Connor just comes in at the right time to shield, and that's work rate that you need to have if you're marking a marquee forward. You can't do it on your own. Noel was like a shadow all day. He was living inside in the togs all day. It didn't go anywhere away from him. He was nearly touching him all day. But again, ably assisted here again by Alan O'Connor. This is why it's very important to have midfielders to be able to come on, because the modern game is so fast. There's so much ground you have to cover. Marty Clark, he picks out beautiful passes, but again, Cork player in the right position, cutting off the ball. It was a fantastic team performance by the defence, ably assisted by midfield and the work rate. But they got their matchups right.
Oisin McConville, as a forward, you've seen all of the defences. Which defence was better today in your view?
I thought Cork's matchups were good today. I think Noel O'Leary, in fairness to him, was exceptional today. He wouldn't really be known for his discipline, I suppose, down through the years, but I thought today he was disciplined in everything he done, you know, his tackling. And today was really a victory, as far as I'd be concerned, for pure persistence and determination and will to win, because let's face it, those Cork players, you know, their necks were on the line today, and they stood up and counted them. That's what big players do. Big players step up, you know, step up to the plate on the big days, and certainly in Donegal O'Connor and Daniel Goulding, they were exceptional today.
But without being smart, they were slow to step up to the plate. They took a long time to get going, didn't they?
They did, and probably it was a good result for Cork to go in 8-5 down at half time. You know, not having played that well, but you know, second half, you know, they were a completely different team. They looked probably a little bit more up for it second half than Down did. And I suppose a couple of Down's big players, you know, went out of the game in the second half. Nicholas Murphy let Callum King know he was on the pitch, you know, very, very early on. And I suppose Daniel Hughes took a heavy knock towards the end of the first half, and I think, you know, they're two big players for now.
Sure. Talk, Kevin, a little bit about Down's performance, and we have been focusing
I
on
was listening to the lads, Conor and Ross, with interest, because they felt there was another few, shall we say, percentage points in the Down performance. I actually thought Down got very close to hitting the sort of performance they would have planned for. They played exceptionally well. You know, they scored 12 points from play. That's a very big return of their 15 points. You know, all the things that we like about Down, Marty Clark's beautiful passing by foot, and their accuracy with busy forwards, interchanging at speed, you know, and when the opportunity is in front of them, they're able to put it between the posts. That's John Clark. You know, he's had a quiet enough championship, but, you know, rose in, and a day like that, when you see those scores going in, this could be their day. And I thought they went really, really close. Like, they asked lots of questions. They really made it a contest. And even towards the end, when Cork did pull away a wee bit, like, Down came back at them. And Daniel Hughes' fist, the one that brought it back to a single. You know, anything could have happened in that last 35, 40 seconds, whatever. But it's interesting to think of where Down